my lasagna recipe, because everyone has its own individual way to make a bolognese or a lasagna. I show you mine. You need carrots. See, not many, but some, because to get flavor into the tomatoes, sometimes they're not that sweet. And I don't want to add sugar. Like in every ketchup there's sugar added because the tomato itself just doesn't taste. And I take carrots because the sweetness of the carrots just put the sweet taste into the sauce. Okay, so you need, of course, the beef. You need, the lasagna noodles. You need the cheese. Ah! Oh my God! Sorry for that. An onion. Tomatoes, which I don't take fresh ones because it's too much liquid to it. And a white sauce for the in-between stuff. So the most important thing for the lasagna is when you make the sauce, of course you start with the carrots and the onions and the olive oil. You'd never put the meat all in one. I mean, what I have here just doesn't go in all at once. You take like a handful of meat, and once that is really nice and through, the next that goes aside and the next one comes. Okay, so now I chop the ingredients. I mean, I don't have to show you how you chop carrots, beg your pardon. Okay, so I'm gonna do that now and I'll be right back. As usual, you need a pan, a big pan of course, because you have to fry the meat and the onion and the carrots. That's what I'm gonna do now. Not too hot in the beginning because it shouldn't burn, it just needs a little steam. Spices. Spices is what any lasagna makes it to your lasagna. So I take some herbal salt. Of course you can take salt and herbs. Yep. I have a spice mill with nutmeg, piment, and coriander seeds, which are in here, which I grind over. And then I have a curcuma, which I take for almost everything because it gives a nice taste without being hot. It's just an additional flavor which doesn't you don't really taste it, but it sort of supports the whole thing. Okay. That takes a little while. One after the other. Take your time. One thing about cooking, you need patience, because even ground meat, it takes time, you know, it needs that little crust to develop a good meat flavor, and otherwise your lasagna won't be good. So now that everything's mixed, the tomatoes come in. When you smell the garlic, you put the white sauce in. This is quite a new perspective, but I wanted to show that you definitely need a big lasagna pan to make lasagna. Now the first layer is always the sauce, because if you don't put in the sauce first, then the noodles stick to the ground and you never get it off. Oven. It takes, let's say 20-30 minutes, because it really needs to get succulent and moist, and the noodles just need that time. And then we'll see how it turns out.